Hey people, so I decided to do a vlog, like just like as an update sort of thing, because there's a lot of things to say. Like, first off, my phone is completely like it's nothing. There's nothing left of it. It cannot be seen. So the story of this phone is basically there's cracks literally all over it, and I dropped it again. So first off, it wasn't this bad. Like, I'll drop it at home and stuff, and I'll get another crack appearing. You'll see the video of it slowly starting to like go haywire in a review of the phone that I'm filming on this. Um, but basically, what happened is I dropped it again outside and it went blank, and then it turned back on again and it started to go blue. And throughout the day, it was spreading. Usually, when this happens, when in the past when I've dropped a phone and it's had that purple leakage, it's usually just around the crack, but it was like proper spreading around the screen. So I was like, what the fuck? So, so I like quickly searched up, and someone said you need to back your stuff up now because it's gonna go worse. You're gonna end up with a black screen. So I like backed up all the things that I needed to back up, and then yeah, behold, it's gone completely black. What's really annoying is as it's starting to go purple, I was trying to switch it off, but when you switch off a Samsung, a message comes up, so I couldn't remember whether agree or whatever this message was to turn it off and stuff and the cancel. So I kept getting like notifications. It was really annoying. Like, even when I took the SIM card out, because it's connected to the Wi-Fi, so I was like, I couldn't turn it off, and it would still vibrate every time like I got an email and stuff, and it was like so annoying. But like, it's still on. Like, this thing is still on, but obviously the screen's kind of fucked. It's sort of still on, but the screen's kind of fucked. So I could be clicking on shit and messing shit up like on my Instagram or something like that, because the phone's just I can't get it to turn off. But yeah, it's finally died on me. I've not had a screen go this bad after a crack before, where the screen's gone utter black. I've had it where I can't use the touch screen, like it just doesn't work, but I've not had it this bad. So it's like, oh my god, that's just great. And that's just sad. So I quickly got the videos that I recorded on this and all the stuff that I needed to have, like numbers and everything like that, because I have it saved to my phone and not my SIM. So yeah, it's time to say goodbye to this phone. What was really annoying, I was meant to get a new basically it's second hand, and I was meant to get a new battery for it. But then I got a crack at the back, so I thought, well, the back's going to need replacing. And then I got a crack on the front. I was like, the whole phone needs replacing. At this point, the whole phone needs replacing, because even the camera started to, like, I dropped it and it got cracks on the camera. You probably can't see. And I was just like, oh, that's just great, isn't it? It's just freaking great. But yeah, and then I was like, the whole phone needs replacing. And at this point, I'm going to need a new phone anyway, because, like, I'd be replacing the whole phone. The only thing I won't be replacing is the hardware, and it's not worth it, seeing as the price I pay for it, because it is second hand and stuff. I'm just really fucking clumsy. I just can't. I just miss things. I just put things down and not look that I'm actually putting it down on the place and not on the edge, or actually just putting it into thin air. But yeah. So if you're from the UK, you will know what I'm talking about when I mention this. So the bubble thing makes no sense right now. I'll tell you why it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense. So basically, the bubble is you can't visit anyone. You can only visit one person, and that one person can't be living with anybody else if you want to introduce that person to your bubble. So basically, this bubble is people that you can see. The reason why it doesn't make any sense is, one, especially if you're working, because you're around people, you know, that obviously would be outside the bubble, who are probably living with other people. Shops are starting to reopen, so again, you're interacting with other people that probably have homes and who have other families and stuff. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my whole entire fucking life. I just needed to say that. I just needed to broadcast that, because it's the dumbest thing I've heard in my whole entire life. So basically, because obviously my phone died and everything, I had to like stick my SIM card, because funny enough, I gave everyone obviously my old number and everything like that. So I had to get this phone out, and again, you can tell I'm really clumsy. This has got cracks on it. It's not so bad because this isn't glass. I think it's plastic. But what I'm thinking of doing is doing like a like a what's the video, doing like a review on this in 2020. I did one before for a HTC phone. I thought maybe I might as well do it, just play around with this after I've played around the phone that I'm currently using. I was saying get that review done and then just use this for them like for a week and then do a full like review of it. So in the end, I actually had to quit my job basically because they won't put me back on furlough. They were like, that's not a good enough excuse, even though they said I could, but apparently you can't. So in the end, I just quit. I could have told them, don't get on me for a month, but the problem with that is, the whole thing why I'm extremely pissed off is with a manager, and so after that, I'd still have to work with that person, and I'd rather not because no, I don't like liars. I don't like people who lie or people who make me out to be a liar when I'm not even lied about anything in this situation. So it's like, fuck you. So yeah, so I've just like properly been applying for jobs, but I ended up getting like not an interview, but one like message back from one employer, basically saying I was interested and everything. So basically passing it out to another person who's like that's head of that area, basically, and apparently I'll get a phone call like early next week, which is exciting because it is closer than I've been so far for actually getting a job. So like fingers crossed. But yeah, and plus, I kind of need the money. I mean, I'm paying for Sky at the minute. I kind of need some sort of income, and you can't really sort of swindle, you know, the government into giving you money when you're technically still employed. So I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I need to go because I need money, and I can't afford to have just a month off. So there's that reason as well. So yesterday I picked up there's Hershey's strawberries and cream. Now I've tried the original Hershey's. I wasn't a massive fan of it. So I saw this strawberries and cream. I thought maybe this tastes nice. So I thought I'd actually pick it up and give it a go. But as I said, I've tried the original and I wasn't a massive fan. To be honest with you, a little bit overhyped. So it'd be interesting to try this one. It actually tastes alright. It's white chocolate coated on it with strawberry flakes. It tastes alright. It's quite creamy, but it's alright. It's not necessarily something that I would always buy. It reminds me a little bit like cheap chocolate, but I mean it's alright. But obviously these bars are quite expensive, so I won't really pay because obviously it's shipped from America, so I wouldn't necessarily go out my way to buy it all the time. But it tastes alright. So I decided to pick up some Dr. Dre headphones. The reason for it is obviously now Apple own Dr. Dre, because before, like, the amount of reviews from like decent people, they were, well, that sounds really harsh, but you know the reviews that you show us, the we're saying it, they're just overpriced. You're paying for the name, but now Apple have brought Beats. I was probably thinking maybe the quality is a bit better and kind of worth the money. Yeah, I brought something from Apple. Yeah, if you know me, you know I don't like Apple. Like, we've got a household computer, which is a Mac, which I'd rather not be a Mac. I'd rather be a Windows. But basically, but it's a deal from like work, from my dad's workplace, and they didn't have obviously Windows computers. It was a deal on Mac, but just I'm not a massive fan of Mac. But yeah, these are the wired EP versions. Basically, it's to replace my Sony wired ones. I don't always want to wear wired not wide wireless headphones. Sometimes I want to listen to wired most of the time in the house, just because I don't want to use the battery of the the wireless ones. Cinema fucking, how can you get mixed up? I don't want to use the batteries of the wireless ones, just because I like to use them on the go and stuff. So I'd rather just kind of, have different headphones. I have two wireless ones, one for the gym, one for like every day going out, and then one for inside for like my tablet and stuff. But yeah, it says change the way you hear sound. And they come with a pouch. And what's in here? and a book. I don't know if these have warranty in them. They might do. And that's all you get in that. And these are what the headphones look like. So I got them in black. I will have a review on these soon, once I've used them a few times. But yeah, these are probably the most I've spent. No, are they? Yeah, these are probably the most I've spent on wired headphones. Come to think, because I did have a pair of Skullcandy wide ones, but I don't think there were as much as these ones. But yeah. So I've just been back from a smoke. Now I'm just literally chilling, just watching South Park on Amazon Prime. So it is currently 7 o'clock. I realise I've not even been checking, like, when I've been checking in, doing the clips. I've not really been, like, time updating, but whatever. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to edit a video. It will be uploaded till probably tomorrow, but edit that on so it's ready for tomorrow. And yeah, but literally all I've been doing is watching South Park at this point. So there's no point of showing you guys watching South Park, still watching South Park. But yeah, I've just decided to edit a video because I tend to, because it's a video I filmed this morning and it's like a first impressions. And if I do a vlog and a first impression, like a vlog and a video at the same day, I like to get the video out the way first and get that edited before I edit the vlog and everything. So what I'm actually doing now is I am grabbing, I didn't even tell you what phone review I've got coming up, but it's a Moto, we'd have seen it anyway if you watch my videos, but all the unbox anyway. It's the Moto G8 Plus. What I'm doing now is what I tend to do is when I am doing big reviews like this, I like to have notes down just in case I miss anything. I don't do that with all reviews. I tend not to. I tend to just try and store it in my head and remember. I do it with foundations as well, just because I do a lot of tests with foundations. Like I try it with powder, I try it without powder, you know, I try it when I'm going out, I try it when I'm indoors. So I do all sorts of stuff when it comes to foundations, unless I try it and I know I'm not going to like it anyway, so I don't really spend too much time on it. But that's what I am currently doing at the minute. So I'm just writing some notes at the minute on the camera quality and everything like that. And yeah, because I like to go in detail with a camera. That's the one thing I like to go in detail, because I use my phones to film and take photos and stuff like that. So I always like to go in depth when it comes to the camera and stuff like that. So yeah. So if you like looking at reviews of fitness clothing before you actually buy it, I do definitely recommend you check out Catherine Muller, just because she's like the most honest person ever. Like, even to like her sponsors, she'll be like, this is bad. Like, she's talked about being dropped by a company because she kind of outed them out as kind of like copying another brand. That's how honest she is. Like, she's proper like honest and everything like that. So you can tell, because obviously especially when it comes to Gymshark, the amount of Gymshark athlete sponsors can be a bit, what's it, when it comes to their and it comes to obviously clothes. But saying that, Gymshark athletes tend to have a little bit of leeway where they can, because I've heard them before, not like a product and be honest about it, and them not being like sort of obviously having that being a negative impact on the sponsorship. But some companies are a bit iffy when it comes to like sponsoring people. They don't necessarily, or affiliate, they don't necessarily want negative reviews. So in the past, I've been affiliated with Just Strong. Just Strong, the reason why I decided not to promote them anymore is because they changed the whole logo and the whole ethos, and I was like, that was kind of the reason why I wanted to. Like, I don't just pick a random one. Like, I pick ones where I'm gonna like the products, but also like the ethos. Like, there's nothing wrong with their fitness wear. Like, the fitness wear is spot on. It's just that I didn't like the way they changed the whole ethos and stuff like that, and I really like their logo because it just showed that, you know, women, don't be afraid, you can use weights, that sort of thing. But then the whole changed it, and the reason was they realised that not everyone who buys our products uses weights, and it's like, yeah, but you know what I mean, it was a stupid excuse, and I don't even like the logo. So I was like, you know what, I don't feel as positive promoting them, so I was like, forget you. And then the recent one that I'm affiliated with is is Fab Fitwear. That's because, again, I've tried the products, really like the products. So at any point, like, the products go downhill, or if I don't like a product, I will say, like, I'm literally the honest person. That's why I don't necessarily get sponsors, because I'm too, like, when a company think is looking for someone to sponsor them, they always look, especially on YouTube, is their video history. If there's a lot of video history of people, of them bashing a product, or dislike, not necessarily bashing, but disliking doing a video of how much they dislike a product or something like that, they're less likely to go with that person, because they want that person to do a positive review. If that makes any sense, like, for them, so they don't just look at the amount of views, they also like the amount of subscribers and the amount of followers and stuff. They don't just look at that, they also look at your videos to see, if if them sponsoring you is going to be a risk. So they look into that as well. So you could have like loads of subscribers, but you don't necessarily get loads of companies running asking you to sponsor you if you post, a mixture of like negative reviews instead of like more positive. But you can usually tell a lot of the time if a video seems too sponsored, if that makes any sense. Like, some people, you know what I mean, you get what I mean. But yeah, that's literally, so them are literally the only two companies that I've made affiliates with. I have in the past had emails of people, off this person wanting them to promote their like body scrub brush sort of thing using the bath, but I've always like ignored it, just because there's no point in me sponsoring something or me like advertising a product which I would never use. Like, I've never used a screwing brush thing. Okay, they say they'll send me the product, but there's no point in me doing a review if it's something that I'm not gonna actually use, if that makes any sense, because there's no point. So I can't really, you know what I mean? Like, I look into that as well. I don't just run and jump and pick any affiliate to affiliate with, because I wanna be something where I generally actually use. And second of all, I like to research the company as well, because especially on Instagram, you have to be very, very careful, because I know, was it this sunglasses company, who say they're British, but they actually ship their stuff from China. So that you know what I mean. You sort of gotta like research the company as well, just to double check that they are legit and everything like that. So that, that's like a tip for you, because I know a lot. It's thriving on Instagram a lot of the time. There's a lot of people looking for like to be affiliates and stuff. And what makes me laugh is people say that they're scams. It's not scams. Basically, what it is, did I do a video on this? I don't know if I think I was going to do a video, but I don't know if I did. But what it is it's a cheaper way for a company to get someone to promote. So basically what it is instead of them sending you like free stuff, what will usually happen, what a company will do is, if you want obviously to promote them, get a discount code and stuff like that, get money off that discount code, a lot of them now say, before we do that, you need to buy a product. But that's because they want to make sure that you're 100% committed to promoting the company. Whereas when they do it where they send obviously these products to you, it's a big investment, and they don't know if they're going to get that money back, if that makes any sense. So that's an easy way of doing it. And a lot of the time anyway, you can get promoted to a sponsored athlete, or sponsored whatever company that's that's contacted you, or you decided to contact them, or whatever. So it's not a scam, it's just an easier way for the company to obviously get their name out without putting too much investment into a load of people and then not getting the money back. What can be a scam is the actual companies. So as I said, do your research on the companies, but the whole thing about you having to buy one of their products, a lot of them, if usually they don't have no minimum order. If there's no minimum order, then it's definitely not a scam. If you need a minimum order, then question mark. And then some of them you have to pay a monthly subscription, which is crap. Don't do it. That is definitely a scam. But as I said, just always like research the company and stuff, and you should be okay. So I finally looked at the new PlayStation design. I like the design, like tops for the design, but why the hell would you choose white? Just because in the past, like I had a Chromebook, which is white. The problem with white obviously depends on where you store it. It may be a bit different because the only time you're going to be touching it is to put games in it. But I mean, the controller's going to get full, let's be real. Or depending if you touch it with clean hands or whatever. But my experience with white is it just picks up so much dirt, fingerprints, just everything you spill on it. It just looks so obvious, whereas black kind of hides any spillages and stuff like that. But as I said, maybe different just because a laptop you're using it, so like your fingers on the keyboards and stuff, and if you're eating and stuff like that, so maybe not be that much of a problem. I mean, the controller might be a bit of a problem, but I just maybe they should have just gone with blue. I think it'd look cooler with blue, but white's just a bit why. That's just my opinion, but other than that, I do really like the design of it.